What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the Saucony Progrid Ride 1 in this white and buttercup colorway. This is the latest example of a major brand bringing back a running shoe from their archives, but reintroducing it to the masses as an everyday lifestyle sneaker. So in this case, this is the Progrid Ride 1. And this was originally released back in 2008 as an everyday versatile trainer. But fast forward nearly 2 decades later, and Saucony is pushing this as more of a lifestyle, casual use sneaker. So this debut colorway is called White and Buttercup, and they released for a price of $140 US or $170 here in Canada. And before I go in any further, I want to give a huge thank you over to the team at Saucony Canada for sending me over a pair of these. This is a pair I had my eye on. Once I saw the initial promo images and other people on Instagram getting their hands on these, I was really curious to get a pair for myself and see how these were. And safe to say, I'm not disappointed. So breaking down the details of the shoe itself, as we start things off with the upper, this is crafted out of a very lightweight, honeycomb style shaped mesh. So the holes within the mesh are extremely large. So this ensures there's going to be a ton of breathability, making this a perfect summer shoe. Overlaid on top of this, we have these synthetic overlays, which according to the website have a light refracting geometric finish to them. So this reminds me of sheets of metal. We have some reflective panels on here, and then overlaid on the front toe cap. The texture here is a little bit different, but it's still done in that same metallic silver color, but in this case they also incorporate hits of red. Covering the eyelets, we have that same synthetic silver overlay, and then we have this red color hit on the top eyelet. Underneath this, along the sides of the shoe, we have more red colored detailing fused on top of the mesh. And then on the quarter panel, we have this large Saucony river or stripe logo, and this is also done in that same light refracting finish. Moving downwards, we have more hits of red alongside some hits of yellow too. Moving downwards, we have Ride branding on the lateral side of the heel, and then we have more silver overlays along the heel. On the very bottom of the heel, we have more of a tightly wound white mesh. We have the Saucony stripe in the middle, along with this woven strip at the very top of the heel. In terms of laces, this pair comes with these thick, white colored rope style laces. Underneath this, the bottom half of the tongue is covered in that tightly wound mesh that we saw on the bottom of the heel. We have this woven strip which helps to hold the laces in place. And then covering the top of the tongue, we have more silver overlays, along with a gray colored mesh on the top. And running down the center, we have Saucony branding along this woven strip. The back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe, this is covered in a white colored mesh liner. And then for the insoles, these come with a decently padded foam lined insole. It's covered in a yellow mesh on top, and stamped onto the heel, we have this bright and bold Saucony branding in red. So the upper of the shoe sits atop this midsole, which is primarily crafted out of Saucony's Progrid foam technology. So the midsole is painted this vivid yellow color, or according to the website, Buttercup. And in addition to Progrid, they also incorporate SRC technology, which stands for Super Rebound Compound. This is visible with these gray hits on the forefoot along with the lateral heel. And this is more of a durable rubber, which helps with shock absorption and giving the wearer a bit more of a smooth transition when they go from heel to toe. Turning the shoe over to the bottom, so the outsole here is crafted out of red and black colored rubber. There's a lot of grooves throughout, which gives this shoe a lot of flexibility. And then along the heel, you can see that visible Progrid foam. And in between this, we have this gray colored TPU shank plate, which is there in place to help with torsional rigidity and mid-foot support. And you'll see how this wraps up and onto the midsole itself, giving the midsole more containment and more stability this way too. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this shoe. And for those wondering about how these fit, to me, these fit me perfectly true to size. I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, meaning when I go to a shoe store, step on a Brandic device, my foot is an actual men's US size 10 in between a D and an E width. So getting sent these in a size 10, they fit me really comfortably, no pressure points whatsoever. If you have a really wide foot, you may be better off going up half a size, but I feel like if you have a narrow, normal, or a slightly wide foot, true to size should fit you fine for this model. Moving on to the comfort of this shoe, so these are very comfortable as expected. This is originally running shoe technology, so it's going to give you a very well balanced but comfortable feel. It doesn't feel overly soft, overly mushy, but at the same time it's not overly firm. So your feet have a little bit of give, a little bit of that sinking feeling into the foam, but it's not too much. It never feels like it's unresponsive. It's just perfectly neutral, perfectly balanced, and I really like that about this model. And of course, the upper is very lightweight, very breathable, so that's gonna be a great thing if you're rocking these in the warmer months like right now. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship, so first off, the material quality was really nothing special. I do appreciate the uniqueness of the material choices, like the hexagon shaped mesh and the light refracting overlays. That gave the shoe a little bit of a unique flavor, but in terms of the quality of those materials, nothing really special. Basically what you'd expect from one of those 2000s, 2010s era running shoes. The build quality though I thought was fine. My pair was free of any major flaws, stitch job was good, panels were symmetrical, so no complaints coming from my end about this model. So with all of that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up, and I'll show you guys how these look. I personally don't know how long this trend will last where they're bringing back these 2000s and 2010s running shoes back to the modern day, but as far as a comfort standpoint, my feet are not complaining. Wearing these shoes that were once meant for performance as an everyday casual use shoe is great. They feel super comfortable to me, and in the case for this specific model, I think it just looks really, really solid. And I think as a debut colorway goes, this Buttercup colorway I think is great. It gives you a good balance of being neutral but having those loud accent hits, and of course this bold yellow midsole, which I'm a big fan of. So I'm personally excited to see where Saucony takes this model. If I had to guess, there's going to be probably collaborations on the silhouette, so I'm really excited to see what's to come. So leave your thoughts down below, let me know what do you guys think about this Progrid Ride 1. What are your overall thoughts on this colorway and the overall silhouette? Is this a model you can see yourself wearing? Are you kind of tired of these running shoes being worn casually? Leave your comments down below and let me know what you guys think. And as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I'll link my socials down below for you guys to check me out there and follow. And as always, thank you for your continued love and support. Another shout out goes out to Saucony Canada, and I'll catch you all in my next review.